Hey guys, Ryan7 again with some more Hazel madness. And you're probably thinking to yourself by reading the title that this video is going to be truly madness. Because seriously, a Master Grade Hazel thing that's official? There's no way that exists. Well, that's exactly what I thought until my friend Matthias, who went to Japan, found this on his last day in Japan. So big thanks to him for finding this for me and bringing this back. And I never knew this existed. And even when he told me he found this and showed me pictures, I wasn't able to find any information really on this. I found like a forum post that said, oh yeah, it exists. And then I found like, oh yeah, I found like a resin kit of this thing, which is most likely going to be just a resin recast of this. And what it is exactly what it says. These are head parts for the Master Grade Jim Quill. Now, unfortunately, this won't make an, well, quote-unquote, official model that you can make, because you might be thinking, oh, is this like then the Hazel Reserve unit? But that would require a different Mohawk, because this has the sensor unit on it, whereas the Hazel Reserve unit would come with just the regular Gundam Mohawk. And that's with all converted kits, of course, it just comes molded in one color. But man, it's just so amazing to think that there is actually a Master Grade Hazel out there. Now, I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to eventually complete this. Like, I'm thinking about using the Mohawk from either the Jim Quill or one of the spare Mohawks from the Power Jim in order to make a Hazel Reserve unit out of this thing. But so I gotta say, the Jim Quill as a Master Grade, never really liked the feet too much, but somehow with that Hazel head on it, it looks a lot better all of a sudden. So time to get this built. Ladies and gentlemen, Earthnoids and Spacenoids, I present to you the only official Master Grade Hazel Gundam. And one hell of a thing it is. For a conversion kit, it does look extremely good. The molding is nice, the color is exactly the same as the base model, so even if you don't paint it, it will look relatively okay on there. And talking about painting, the one thing I really like about this is the part separation. The chin is separate because that's what you're gonna have to paint red. Then these little parts here on the sides, which you're gonna have to paint white, are also separate. And of course, well, the big Mohawk and stuff also separate. So all of the little parts you'd have to paint are their own separate part. And that is a really cool feature, especially for a conversion kit. Now, I did use a few stickers that I had left over from the Master Grade Hazel Custom from Magic Toys, which for some reason came with 6 eye stickers. I don't know why, but of course, well, I'm happy now because I used them. And then here, the green stickers I of course used for that sensor on the head, because we're not getting any stickers with this. You will have to paint everything. But like I just said, painting it isn't going to be too big of an issue. The only, well, kind of unfortunate thing is that the Hazel Gundam you're getting out of this conversion kit is not an official mobile suit. It's not the head from the Hazel Reserve unit, but you could kind of make it if you take the antenna from the Jim Customs head and put it on there, and then use this Mohawk, or if you use one of the leftover Mohawks from the Power Jim, like I said before, you can turn it into an official, you know, an official existing model kit. Now, talking about modifying, something I feel like I have to address is, since the 1/44 scales are so modular, how about the 1/100 scales? Unfortunately, not as much. One thing I was expecting that doesn't even work here is there are these holes on the side of the head which are supposed to be for the Vulcan mufflers, but they don't work. One thing I'm hoping for here is that is because this thing hopefully is compatible with the 1.0, because that thing was released at the time, and because this thing was released so much later on. this head being released in 2003. I'm just kind of hoping that that is why this does not work on there. This is just way too wide and it simply does not click on there. On top of that, the backpack is also a no-go, and I even looked at the manual of the 1.0, and the 1.0's backpack isn't going to work either. So, as far as modularity is concerned, not as much in the 1/100 scales. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, a lot of it is going to depend on the price of this thing, and I'm not exactly sure how much this would usually go for. Because, like I said, I'd never seen this thing before until my friend found it in Japan, where he found it for, I believe, 500-ish yen. And for that price, this is a really cool model kit. I mean, just a little extra head, it's cool, you paint it up, it's going to look amazing, and you've got yourself a 1/100 scale Hazel. And it's just cool to say that you own a Master Grade Hazel. For that price, really good. If you find it for that price, just go ahead and grab it. You will not regret it. Now, a bit more realistically, for people who aren't going to go to Japan and who are gonna have to be scouring eBay for this thing, I only saw it the one time, like 2 weeks ago, when I was, trying to look for prices on this thing, and I believe it was somewhere around $50, like similar to the Hurudu and the Primrose, and very soon after I found it on eBay, it was already gone. So I'm going to assume that this is going to fetch quite a price on eBay, possibly. Once again, I'm not sure on what this thing will usually go for, but it might be quite a bit. And for that price, you're probably going to be better off buying this thing. Yes, it pains me to say that you're better off buying a well, not really bootleg, third party, let's call it what it is. But yeah, if you're going to be paying a price that's close to this thing, you might as well immediately go with this thing. Let's keep it real here. If the price for the one official head is going to be close to what this entire thing is going to cost you, well, let's look at it like this. This will then also require painting if you want it to look exactly the colors of the Jim Quell, and then you've got an entire body, some weapons, and, a glorious shield booster. And well, that's really all for this unboxing and review, and see you guys next time.